Hello students, today I have taken up a chapter from your supplementary reader book Moments. The name of the chapter is A House is Not a Home. It is written by Zan Godioso. Zan Godioso is a contributor and editor of several volumes of the popular bestseller Chicken Soup for the Soul series. She is famous particularly for the Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul 3. She has co authored The Buddha Next Door, an award winner. She blogs regularly and is writing a weekly one of happiness, on which she is also making a documentary. Her aim is to understand what happiness consists of in these changing times. Now let's move forward towards our chapter. Here are few of the objectives which you are going to learn from this chapter. These are to enable the students to understand the term disaster, to enable to distinguish between natural and man-made disaster, to express their own experience about the old school and new school, to enable the student to share their personal experience about their loss if any. It enables them to understand the meaning of new words and phrases and their uses in their own sentences. It enables the student to comprehend the text. Introduction of the chapter. This story reflects the challenges of being a teenager and the problems of growing up. In our life, sometimes such changes take place that our life becomes intolerable for us. And sometimes we teenagers want to end this life. But again, we find the things change, which makes us enjoy life fully. In this story, the same things happen with the author. He finds himself in such an awkward situation when he joins a high school. After some days, his house catches fire and he finds that his life has ended. But when his schoolmates show their concern for him, his whole life vision for the life changes and he again starts taking interest in life. Detailed summary of the story. The author misses his old school and friends. The author says that his first year at school was not pleasant. He felt like a freshman. His school was twice bigger than his old school. His old friends had gone to a different high school, so he felt lonely. He missed his old teachers also. He visited them. They advised him to take part in school activities. House on fire. One Sunday afternoon, the author was sitting at home. He was doing homework. It was cold fire. Fire went on in the fireplace. He had his cat nearby. His mother stoked the fire. Suddenly, he noticed smoke from the ceiling. It increased. They came in the front yard, but the fire had surrounded the place. It was spreading. His mother ran back into the house. The author ran to the neighbors to call the fire department. Author and mother caught in the fire. Saved. The author's mother then ran out of the house with important documents. She ran back into the house again. She wanted to get the pictures and letters of her husband. He ran after her, but the fireman caught him. The author told him that his mother was inside. The fireman seated him, wrapped in a blanket, in the car. Soon another fireman brought the author's mother. He put her in the truck with an oxygen mask over her mouth. She was otherwise all right. She had only inhaled a little more smoke. Author's cat seen nowhere. After 5 hours, the fire was finally put out. The house was completely burned down. It struck the author that he had not seen his cat. He started weeping. He cried also. The firemen did not allow him to go inside the house. They went to the author's grandparents for the night. The author gets sad, wants to die. The next day, the author went to school. He was in his old dress and no shoes. He had no books or homework. His backpack was also gone. He felt sad. He felt if he would be an outcast all his life. He did not want to grow up. He wanted to die, but he walked to school. House visited on way to school. The author walked through his house to school. Everything had been destroyed. Only the photo albums, documents, etc. were not destroyed. His heart ached for his cat. His mother took him soon from there. They would have to find a place to live. He would have to buy clothes for school also. The author keeps thinking of the cat. Soon the rubble was being cleared off from the place. The author would go over there. He kept thinking of his cat. He kept thinking now the cat would climb him and fall asleep into his pocket. The author plight known to all, he makes friends. Soon all came to know about the author's plight. People collected around him to take him to the gymnasium. The author was surprised. Soon he knew it. The table inside had a collection of school things. These were notebooks, clothes, jeans, tops, sweatsuits. The author grew emotional. He felt great relief as people came to meet him. They were those who had not visited him earlier. He made many friends that day. Life good again like the earlier one. A month later, the author was at his house. It was being rebuilt. His two friends from school visited him. The fire was responsible to open up all the wonderful people around him. He realized that his life was getting the same again. Cat given to the author by a woman. Soon a woman came to him. She had a cat with her. She asked the author if the cat was his. The author got the cat from her, and once the cat purred happily, the author's friends were hugging him. As for the cat, it had run away from the fire. That woman got it. She telephoned as the author's telephone number was written on its collar. Sweet feelings come again. The author sat with his friends, the cat curled up in his lap. The feeling of loss and sad event had vanished. He felt gratitude for his life and his friends. He also felt it for the kindness of a stranger and the purr of his cat. That's all about this chapter. If you have any query related to this, feel free to ask. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.